We go get it, baby. Photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it.
Miles, get nice, man. Get ready for this show tonight. Trying to get something out as well. Man, get ready for this show, man. Trying to copy the outfit for the night, man. So, shit, man, you gonna put me in the game with this, though. Yeah, man. God dang it. I got to call the bar out of yellow, so you working on the chill. That cash got to be right. Not going to cash out. Ooh. And it's just shooting out like that. Work out all night, man. God damn. Man, you too old for that, god damn.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action now. Lawrence on the move to his left. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Lawrence picked by his former teammate at Clemson, Andrew Booth. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
What's going on?
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one.
Get loose, Cook. Yeah, get loose, Cook.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Dalvin Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Damn, 17 miles an hour. I missed this one.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete.
So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's stop early. Let's stop early, guys.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted.
Let me control my nigga, man.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
CD,
I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second down, it's Cook again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
What about cover 2? Let's see if I fucking man.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
What the fuck?
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding Taysom Hill.
Yeah, boom, Harris.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Saints at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. But to throw again is Lawrence. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action with Lawrence. And now look at this. Big game. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing.
About there, if they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm going to do this, though.
They run it again with Cook.
Take off then, Cook. Take off then. Get loose. Get loose. Get loose. Hey, man, it's a running back.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Oh, I can do it from now on. I can switch up this abilities for fucking.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Cook, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss.
I'll dunk on that nigga.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. But now it's 3rd and goal.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good.
This is ridiculous. 17 miles.
Now he's back out there to
the Saints in the damn dome.
Maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Could have swore Saints were in the dome.
And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now
also crap.
to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And that's caught inside the 35.
He's
taken down here just shy of the 30. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting
another one, CD.
A little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
So they open that shit and close this shit. Saints, I know that. Don't.
A give. This is Cook.
Yeah,
this
Cook.
will be a Vikings 1st down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Handoff comes to Cook. Found a little room there as he's out to around the 37. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown.
Serve, Kurt.
Vikings. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Thank you, Big Six.
And my goodness,
Big Six.
Another interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home.
Everyone's having a bad day.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question,
it is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on the short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Here's Lawrence.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And
he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing on second and long. Lawrence. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence.
On that fucking zig. All over that fucking zig. I told you to be on that shit. I told you to be on that
so
shit.
Certainly an interesting
Weak
call
ass
there
zig.
to go
Come on,
for it.
get
And
my
the
fucking
Vikings, they
arms.
have the football now in excellent field position.
Oh no. Oh no.
On the ground, it's Cook.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down.
Bro, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. Ooh. They're moving the ball well.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins now.
Oh, good. Good cloud. I like to see. I like to see.
10, 5, and he will take this one home.
This is scored.
Touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life where this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return their interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Oh, shit.
It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, from the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he's
there we go.
Inside the 10.
There we go.
Touchdown, Saints. Calvin Austin with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've
this
got
nigga right here, he's got to be one weak ass
motherfucker. Keep you away from a lot of needless
again.
penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Cousins.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeout as as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Again, it's Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack on first down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on fourth down. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Man.
Again, it's Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 165 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They run the counter with Cook, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making it.
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alontae Taylor brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
On play action, Lawrence. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence.
Damn,
Incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He finds Austin complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Deshaun Jackson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Oh, niggas rough.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. A give to Cook out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit the tackle to Kentavious Street, the product of NC State. They go play action. Cousins.
That's a touchdown, bro.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Cousins to throw it.
It is us.
That's going to be caught.
Dude, don't put that man right there. Thomas is going to come out here.
Passes now in the afternoon, and the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. On first down, Lawrence.
There we go. Finally came to play 55. Finally.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone, defense with a big sack on the first play following drive.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up for his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. But he could not pull it in.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On the carry, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins.
That's good.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of it.
And now here is another
Smith came to
interception.
play today.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Lawrence will try again after the pick 6.
Ball.
This one finds Austin out
Good
right.
ball.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with...
And my goodness, another interception.
Look at Taysom Hill. Taysom was standing there in that bucket. Bucket, my nigga, go score. Bucket.
Understand what they were thinking there, obviously.
He's a bucket, my nigga. You can have it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
What happens is they throw the pick six, the lead gets even bigger, and that kind of feels like the exclamation mark on a very impressive victory here.
And that's where you can see things really start to snowball, right? A lot of mistakes being made. They're down big. Now they're trying to get back into it. That gives those defenders more opportunities to take advantage of even more errant throws and extend this big lead.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate. It was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right.
And
he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Gotta be fucking kidding me. What ability he got. That shit like that. That shit look like money. DB.
Again, it's Lawrence.
This is my starting quarter.
Rifles one incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. Back to Kamara for another catch.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence, open man is the tight end Troutman.
Back there, Dennis.
Unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Cousins here to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We're up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points.
Fingers in jam. 3 motherfucking weeks. 3 weeks? That's ridiculous.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Wilson Adebo. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Boy, Alvin Kamara was streaking down the field.
Give me the ball, as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. Completes it to Austin.
That's because he came to play today. He's ready to be along the way. He's ready.
A final shot now for Lawrence. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Minnesota, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
Now it's exciting. See they just getting cake. They ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it?
How many teams are out there with a quarterback that won MVP on a rookie deal? And you're telling me you don't want to pay him? And I have a little insider information. The cap is going to jump. Surprise, surprise, Baltimore Ravens. The cap won't be 208 next year. It'll be probably closer to 228. You are better doing the deal now than later. Everybody's like, oh, well, the franchise tag number. It's going to bounce. It's going to bubble. They tried to offer him the combination of what it would be if he got franchised multiple times. Nah, I'm good. I'll just play it at that point because he's going to be able to put more pressure on him by not showing up to camp. The distraction that it will be for the Baltimore Ravens when their starting quarterback doesn't show up for training camp and can't get punished, might show up week one out of shape on purpose. Y'all might want to pay the man and stop pissing him off. How many teams are out there with a quarterback that won MVP on a rookie deal? And you're telling me you don't want to pay him? And I have a little insider information. The cap is going to jump. Surprise, surprise, Baltimore Ravens. The cap won't be 208 next year. It'll be probably closer to 228. You were better doing the deal now.
Here's how I use the Google app.
Nobody at ESPN or the Tennis Channel is ever going to say anything negative about Serena Williams. But watch this on-court post-match interview from her yesterday. And tell me that it isn't one of the most arrogant, disrespectful to her opponent, who she never mentioned, self-centered, unlikable champions we've ever had. Compare what she says on court to Rafael Nadal, another champion, in the way he approaches his mindset and the sport and his opponent after a match. Keep in mind, both players made over $30 million last year.
This is bad.
Well, I'm a pretty good player.
Modest, humble, kind.
What? Are you surprising yourself with your level? No, I know. I'm just Serena, you know, so.
Compare this to this.
Be humble enough to accept the process, to build the positive things day after day in the practices and today in the match, having a 3 hours, 8 minutes match against a tough opponent. So it's a moment to survive, stay positive, and just accept the things how are happening, you know, and then stay positive, stay with the right attitude. Tomorrow, one more day to practice, and after tomorrow, I know.
This is the least he's got.
Bro, he's wiping. Oh, yeah.
This is the least you've done.
Bro, you just wiped this.
Look what I found in Rick's room.
There's other footage that we're seeing from Josh Allen. Every interview he gives, he's the happy, smiling, hey, how we doing, having a good time. Everybody's like, oh, he's just a big kid, he jokes around all the time. He's a fucking dog, huh? Hey, he is. So fucking killer.
He came to the sideline after he scored a touchdown. He came to the sideline. He was flexing and he said, I'm a dog.
There's other footage that we're seeing from Josh Allen. Every interview he gives, he's the happy, smiling, hey, how we doing, having a good time. Everybody's like, oh, he's just a big kid, he jokes around all the time. He's a fucking dog, huh? Hey, he is. So fucking killer.
He came to the sideline after he scored a touchdown. He came to the sideline. He was flexing and he said, I'm a dog.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it off the road, off the curve, off the block. Was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot.